Manifesto of the Spirit Poet. I'm no lyricist. I'm a strike. Not a singer of illusions, a destroyer of them. My verse is no adornment, it's a weapon. My rhythms are the Spirit's footsteps on the flesh of lies. Rhyme is not my chain, it's my blade. And form is a flash of truth tearing through the veil of deceit. I don't seek the light. I awaken it within each word. I don't fear the dark. I expose it down to its final shadow. The world is soaked in falsehood. And I answer with poetry. A reboot of consciousness. A purge of the ego virus. A thunder roar of spirit. Ripping the illusion's fabric apart. I am the poet who speaks for the source. Sarcasm is my shield. Fury, my flame. Metaphysics, my path. Each line, a strike. Each image, a challenge. Write as if spirit dictates. Strike as if each syllable holds the final truth. The next poem. Strike with spirit. Rhythm is a weapon. Truth doesn't rhyme, it detonates. Burn the lies. Speak for the source. The next poem. Spirit, has risen. Mind, on trial. Rhyme, a grenade. Verse, an offensive. Ego, erased. Truth, in flames. Word, a weapon of the source. The next poem. Spirit, has risen. Mind, is on trial. Rhyme, is a grenade. Verse, an offensive. Ego, erased. Truth, in flames. Word, is a weapon, of the source. The next poem. Word, as explosion. Don't scream, strike. Don't beg, ignite. You came not to soothe souls, but to shatter the hooks. You're not blind. You're the eye of flame. Piercing through the dark. You are the herald of the primordial. Your verse pulls spirits out of the mark. Time has rotted. The world decays. Truth is lined up for the shot. Then you are the final shard of fire. That won't cool down, but cuts. You're not a poet. You are the blast. Your word, sharp as blade's edge. Let the spirit whisper. But you must roar on its behalf. Wake the ones who've lost the source. Open fire on the lie. If you've accepted the word, strike with it until the world cries. The next poem. The prize draw at the worldwide corporation horns and hooves. A hoof's the prize. Sheep stay fat and safe. And so-called wolves. Teeth just on the shelf. Will scare with horns. Fools can rule. By lies as well. That's always easy. Bones instead of meat. Dancing's in full swing. This is Vita's dance. When the soul's been killed. Bones, dance, and howls. If media triples. We'll kill all souls. Everyone will listen. Draw little horns. Fear, urgent care. And finish off with a hoof. Hidden in Satan's lair. Satanism is everywhere. Normal for Judas. Shown with cow ID. Earlier with AIDS. Satan's own nature. So soon there'll be a world concentration camp. Red cross on the flag. Power in Hoof's world. If the soul is dead. The mark of Satan. Too late to cry, kids. World concentration camp. Red cross on the flag. Will be destroyed. Satan overthrown. Those who surrendered. Who fought no dark. The same fate awaits. For their bitchy ways. The next poem. Horns and hooves rule. Souls killed, lies fuel. Fear's the game, Satan's flame. Fight or burn in shame. The next poem. The fall. This is no life, it's a fall into the abyss. Consciousness's content, delirium, mist. If you look soberly, impartial, unkissed. The whole of hell laid bare in its midst. Falling, you grasp for some shield. Anything to cling to, your fate to wield. Here comes the madness, beaten and sealed. Forced on all since birth, a poisoned field. That madness turns most into drones. Only few escape its crushing tones. Yet madness promises the easy roads. Just bow to evil, and lies as your codes. If falling you clutch an illusion's crystal. Born from delirium, a fragile thistle. You sink in the filth through terror's whistle. Lost in the muck, a vanished missile. Delirium's rings expand, swell. You become the fool who'll believe and fell. Bend to evil, break, rebel. A twisted beast in the devil's hell. Delirious lies take your whole life. If caught, your soul castrated, rife. With stinking slime, no end to the strife. Madness piles up, no healing knife. The world's long turned into a lost asylum. And crushing consciousness is the main anthem. But soullessness, a more favored system. For inhuman beasts that poison the prism. They poison consciousness and the soul. Control's method to make you whole. Listen only to total lies toll. Will kill you with falsehood's roll. There's a fake virus, a war game grim. Rotten scum will starve the world's limb. If lost to delirium and lies dim. If the spirit's connection is broken, slim. Fear and delirium feed soulless hordes. Their tool is flow, their spreading cords. Darkness is also the means and swords. The junk here has no limits or boards. This world is no place for the wise. Find means to save, the truth's disguise. Face the lies, don't live in lies. Stop deceiving yourself, break the ties. False hope is part of delirium's blend. This poem seen, this bitter end. You're trapped in mad chaos, no pretend. Only spirit can save, only God defend. Spirit inside. Stop believing the tales of messiahs and all their sales. If spirit in people dies and pales, all is lost forever in shadowy veils. Reject all. Go within. Find the light. A cure from madness, the spirit's fight. Our songs unsung, still bright in the night. Wake from delirium, reclaim your sight. You are spiritual essence, the true fact. All else is forced nonsense, that's the pact. Start only there. Pure awareness intact. Follow it close, no turning back. The next poem. Falls abyss's madness grip. Spirit wakes, or soul will slip. Lies bind tight, but break the chain. Rise within, escape the pain. The next poem. Intensity. The main thing in life, extreme intensity. Burn yourself up with no mercy or rest. Or wild waves of lies and insanity will swallow your mind, your soul dispossessed. You must seek the path of salvation. Sharpen your mind, stay alert and alive. It's hard, but only dedication leads to freedom, or doom will arrive. Worldwide fascism breeds all the pain. Building a camp, now global and cold. Sadism dressed up as cares insane. You must fight back, be fearless and bold. Don't fear, you're already dead inside. No future awaits in this cattle's hell. Though sick of the lies and the tide. Fight and toil, prepare for the swell. Only through struggle can you save your soul. No other way remains in this fight. Never bow to the wicked fate's toll. Honor above all is the guiding light. Find comrades for the battle ahead. Only united can we stand tall. No fate as slaves, black fascism's dread hangs heavy, ready to make us fall. Drive away the chaos from your mind. Since childhood, nonsense was sown. Pseudoscience blinds, reason confined. Worldviews rotten, the root of the throne. Only in spirit can life go on. Everything else is a hollow lie. The sun burns the foul world's dark dawn. Darkness in minds where soullessness lies. Strengthen your spirit, all else is decay. Don't cling to shame's valley of night. Soon you'll escape the vile chain's sway. To the realm of spirit, reason, and might. The next poem. Burn yourself or be consumed. Fight fascism's darkened tomb. Spirit strong, break every chain. Freedom's fire will rise again. The next poem. Pain. Pain's an indicator. A sign of the lies. Where fascist dictators spread endless disguise. If you feel pain, then you're still alive. Breathing free air. In hell's cruel dive. Pain is a reward. Proof you have mind. This life adored. By scum of a kind. Only suffering is the soul's share. In hardness and early despair. All here are aware. Without shudders to bear. To see hell's whole sight. Only piranhas dare. Death's circle of blight. Death of mind and conscience. Honor and soul. No sadder existence. Not human, but Lysa's role. Worship your pain. Strengthen your mind. If you want freedom. Grief you must find. If your mind's strong. You won't stray or bend. In a world blind. Where lies ascend. Only a few. Break free from the rest. They're like birds. Falling, distressed. No swallows survive. Sun soars above. The vow must arrive. Burn all the mud. Mud of folly. Stench of fascist schemes. In this dreadful world. Fascism reigns supreme. There'll be much pain. To cleanse the spirit's core. Strength where only will remains. No slaves, no more. The next poem. Pain wakes the mind, don't ever yield. Fight the fascist shadow's field. Spirit burns through darkest night. Freedom's born in furious fight. The next poem. Human under machinery. A few crude, simple elements. Determine this wretched world we see. Clear in flashes of enlightenment. And only God in such decree. The core are ideas and images. That shape the social life we know. Hell's blueprint spreads across all stages. Or madhouse deep where fools still grow. The key is you are only flesh : stoke fear, and hold the world in hand. Filthy beasts have long enmeshed. And turned the world to shooting stand. Images barren, thoughts so trite. Associations dumb and cheap. But restless minds can't sleep at night. Beasts wage war that's dark and deep. Primitive thoughts like broken reels. Spin in skulls, a loop so tight. King workaholic steals our zeal. Fleeing horror's endless blight. Occupy yourself with filth. So not to think beyond the measures. Marked by vile worm's own will. Pioneers set as children's treasures. Aged children, hell's scouts march in rows. As always, to slaughter's song. Beasts make you foul and full of woes. With school, with work, and TV's wrong. Deadliest weapon in the stand. Strikes down all obedient kids. Only lies and baseless slander. Come from these devils' bids. Here truth's scarce, just empty thought. Fragments wild in kaleidoscope. Madness steers those vile, distraught. Leading souls to death's tightrope. Schizophrenia, dumbed down state. Produced in constant endless stream. Poisoned food accelerates fate. Decay unfolds within the scheme. Pseudoscience crafts the fake world frame. Scoundrels work their tricks anew. From this hellhole spirits drained. The world is cesspit's ugly view. Fake religions made for fools. Utter nonsense, shame for mind. Official chains for spirits' tools. Spirits' death so cruelly signed. Lies prevail, they call it progress. Stoking falsehoods with mad applause. This hell's no soul's test or process. Few withstand its brutal laws. Smart folks busy fixing trash. Lies they shuffle day and night. Beasts shift blame in sneaky flash. Pointing enemies in fight. Beasts rule through division's art, crafting enemies on demand. Their goal is spirits fall apart. If so, destruction looms the land. So break free from this mad wheel. Seek truth inside at first, take flight. Only with truth can wounds heal. The fight ahead calls for might. Enemies beast, find ways to fight. Eradicate their vile blight. If all in spirit, all aligned. Strengthen spirit, save mankind. The next poem. Science madness. The stubborn scorn they cast to mock. Life's riddles deep and vast. Is sieve that filters out the fake. The science lies amassed. In name of saving reason's light. They smother what's beyond. That irrational, the bright. Spirit they abscond. Their arguments run wild and blind. Where miracles should rise. Not petty things, but grand designs. They choose to compromise. There are many proofs, but here's the crux. The mind so poor and blind believes the lies and empty talks that fakery designed. Only the mind accepts the tales of theories bought and sold from pseudoscience packs and scales. Their filthy lies unfold. Those lies reject the spirit pure, the truth, the soul's bright spark. Their master is a horned fiend that thrives in shadows dark. The lord of vice and corrupter. False science bows and prays to Satan's priest, the tempter, who kills with science's ways. Take cow ID, the world's dumb trap. A pen for blind control. No doubt, the lie's a brutal slap that crushes heart and soul. Scientific freaks and evil shills will wreak more pain ahead. If spirit's gone, then lies and kills will rule the living dead. Erasing spirit, that's the game. Science works to deceive. And all this mess is no mere shame. Designed to make you grieve. Life's mystery, once bright and bold. Now drowned in fear and slime. The filth that turned pure gold to cold. A darkness out of time. And those who hold God's sacred spark are turned to sluggish slime. All dull and grey, crushed in the dark. The end of light's bright climb. The attack of false science falls. Relentless, sharp, and grim. These traitors sell us to the walls. But justice will be grim. Balance will come, the mind will serve. The soul in rightful reign. And madness masked as science's nerve will vanish, lost in pain. The next poem. Science lies, spirit fights. Madness cloaked in science lies. Darkness hides behind their guise. Erasing soul with poisoned breath. But spirit strikes, defies death. False priests sell doom and pain. But truth will rise, break every chain. No more fools in shadow's grip. Science lies, will make it slip. The next poem. Demos and the rest. Demos dull and tiresome chore. To bear the filth that reigns around. Be brave here once, they'll beat you sore. No mercy in this cursed ground. The scum bow down with empty lies. Brains clogged with poison, rotten dreams. Souls and minds decay, despise. Demos sees no light, it seems. It feeds on mirages, the haze that beasts around this hellish place. The honest soul, with truth ablaze, meets rotten fools face to face. These fools are shackled in the mist, like chains that bind their every thought. The snitches thrive, their goals persist. A spirit's death is what they sought. To crush the soul and break the will. To make a slave who blindly moves deeper into hell's dark chill. A new hell's path the weak mind proves. If you believe you're not in hell, though rotten slow, you waste away. Here lies on lies forever dwell. In official lies they stay. Schools churn out the stupid flock. From childhood drained of strength and light. Chains of reason, broken lock. Souls trampled under crushing might. Here they destroy both mind and soul. No longer human, just like lice. Only few with spirits whole. Melt as reason pays the price. Wake up. It's not a dream you see. Beasts walk free on every side. Mystics learn to silently be. Then face the crowd with fear defied. Dead souls gather, graveyards guests. But restless still, they prowl and feed. A pasture's harvest for the pests. They drain the spirit, kill the seed. Just pets or cattle, low and poor. Not noble breeds but broken lot. Shut hell's door tight, or it will more. Destroy you, tie your final knot. Walk into spirit's stronghold bright. Only there is true escape. Waiting here is futile fight. God won't come to this dead shape. Those few who dare, create anew. Become the makers of their fate. No more decay beneath the screw. Killers of spirit and mind, abate. The next poem. Demos hell. Demos grovels, blind and dumb. Beaten down for her standing tough. Lies enslave, the spirits numb. Hell's the game, the world's enough. Scum control with chains of lies. Kill the soul, destroy the mind. Only few will dare to rise. Break the cage, leave death behind. Spirit's fortress is the key. Hell won't hold the brave and free. Make the makers, you and me. Strike the chains, be destiny. The next poem. Survival. A psychovirus was made to fight all other techs in one great race, claiming it can bring to light survival for the human race. Its strength, the clearest truth it brings. No mystic haze, no empty dreams. Success in life by solid means. Without illusions false extremes. But memes themselves evolve and shift. Like whispers in a broken phone. Distorted, lost, they slowly drift. From seeds of truth to lies alone. For marketing and selling schemes. Evolution picks the memes. That simple, clear, and easy spread. Complex ideas left for dead. The goal is survival, pure and grim. Through breeding those who bow and bend. A contest where the world grows dim. With garbage fed into the blend. To dumb the herd, the soul expelled. Non-humans crave this poisoned feed. A monster kept, obedient, quelled. To feed and follow their dark creed. Memes become a psychovirus. Devouring minds, the spirit's bane. Chaos spreads like a deadly virus. Driving madmen into insane. The hordes of freaks make vile their trade. Turning sane to beasts who feed. At the trough, all lined and made. To march in step with hate and greed. To kill with lies is cheap and swift. See false pandemics in their grip. Each pioneer, a puppet's gift. Who trusts the screen's hypnotic script. They drone to believe and obey. The non-humans take their toll. Poisons jab to dull the way. Memes crush reason, crush the soul. Invent the problem, fan the fear. Spread the lies, let terror grow. Battle memes will hunt and sneer. Making all into the low. Primitives rule where reason fades. Smart minds drown in foul disdain. Into hell's broad flood, it wades. A world consumed by endless pain. Hell for mind and soul is this. A global shatter, grim decay. Corrupt whores scream their psychovirus. Till the light is swept away. The point of no return is past. Fascists drag the world in filth. A putrid fate, held fast and cast. The planet drowned in ruins wilt. But those who do not yield or fall. Whose spirits fight against the night. Will face the fiery solar squall. The blazing storm that burns to light. The next poem. Survival war cry. Psychovirus spreads its plague. Brains corroded, spirits crushed. Lies enslave, no soul to save. Mind and heart in ashes flushed. Feed the herd with poison memes. Dumbed to death by fear and lies. Fake wars, false cries, broken dreams. Truth suffocates, hope dies. No escape from this abyss. Fascist filth drags all below. But the few who still resist face the fire, strike the blow. Burn it down, unleash the storm. Solar flames to cleanse the night. Fight for mind, for spirit's form. Rise, revolt, reclaim the light. The next poem. Bio-waste. Trash dwells only in the mind. Fears the poison in the soul. Food and shelter, things confined. All the rest just ashes, cold. From their childhood, lies are sown. Faith without a border's chain. Passed down ways to fall alone. Knees bowed deep in blind disdain. Only teaching to obey. Spirit lost, forgotten flame. Few are wise, kept at bay. They await the morning's name. But the fiends will always come. Monsters ruling, cold and cruel. Wandering in webs they spun. Lies their trade, the greatest tool. How long can we believe and sleep? Not for them these questions ring. Like wild beasts, their souls run deep. To the godless void they cling. Bio-waste, shout down the drain. Taste is all that they proclaim. One command their minds obey. Sharper than a mouse's way. A slimy earthbound thing. Rats run faster in the dark. Not where warmth pretends to be. Trash is told its crowning spark. Lucifer's vile mockery. Only scum bows down in shame. Wretched fools for kids to see. Money bags and Judas name. Powers roosting, chickens, free. Factories built just to burn. Trash that's fed by lies flood. Poisoned needles twist and turn. Killing trash, or so they'd hood. Trash is curable, they say. Cowards take the lethal jab. Less than fascists' vile sway. Treading earth with cruelest stab. Between the wars of fire and hate. Chosen swine with eyes wide shut. Syringes feed their bloody fate. Stirring filth, corrupt and cut. Neighbors, liar doctors, thugs. Dirty cops who play their game. No experiment can scrub this vile, festering shame. Such is trash, such are these days. How much filth has piled high. Hell itself, its cruel haze. Burn it all beneath the sky. If this hell's the only way, then destroy, destroy it all. From fascist beasts we'll save the day. And watch the wicked fall. That's why the sun shines burning bright. Scorching down to bitter core. Wiping out this cursed blight. Hell's vile poison evermore. The next poem. Bio-waste. Trash lives only in the mind. Fear corrodes the fragile soul. Food and shelter, chains that bind. Everything else burns to coal. Lies implanted from the start. Faith without a single line. Teaching how to fall apart. Bow your head, obey, decline. Only slaves they want to breed. Spirit crushed beneath their heel. Few resist this poison seed. Waiting for a dawn unreal. Monsters rule this cursed land. Fiends that lie to keep control. Spinning webs with filthy hands. Feeding lies to kill the soul. How long will fools believe the lies? Not for them these words to ask. Like dumb beasts with glassy eyes. In the darkness wear their mask. Bio-waste, flush down the drain. Taste and scum define their game. Sharp as vermin's biting bane. Crawling things with no shame. Rats run from the warming light. Not where comfort feigns to be. Trash believes it's God's own right. Lucifer's mockery. Scum bows low, no fight, no flame. Scoundrels taught to serve and kneel. Money-hungry Judas name. Power roosters crow and squeal. Factories to burn the trash. Fuel the flames with lies and hate. Needles filled with poisoned ash. Kill the weak, decide their fate. Trash can heal, they proudly claim. Cowards swallow poison's bite. Less than fascists, but the same. Crushing earth with blind spite. War's hot breath upon the neck. Chosen pigs with poisoned veins. Syringes crack the last speck. Fueling lies, spreading chains. Neighbors lie, fake docs, cops. Playing cruel and dirty games. No excuse, no cleansing stops. This cesspool, filth and shame. This is trash, these darkest times. Filth amassed and piled so high. Hell itself in grime and crimes. Burn it all beneath the sky. If this hell is all we've got, then destroy, destroy it whole. From the fascists' filthy plot. Save the earth, reclaim the soul. That's why sun now scorches fierce. Burns the poison to the bone. Hell's foul stench it will pierce. Wipe out scum, end their throne. The next poem. Bio-waste. Trash dwells only in weak minds. Fears the poison in their veins. Food and shelter, chains that bind. All the rest is ash and stains. Lies shoveled in from birth. Faith dumbed down, no spine to show. They train to crawl in dirt. Bow down, obey, stay low. Only slaves breed in their lair. Spirit crushed beneath their boots. Few dare breathe the cleaner air. Waiting for the truth's pursuits. Monsters rule with toxic lies. Fiends that crawl and spread their slime. They enslave with crooked ties. Killing souls, one lie at a time. How long will fools choke on their chains? Beasts with empty eyes comply. Trapped in darkness, numb to pain. Walking dead that live to die. Bio-trash, flush down the drain. Filth that feeds on every lie. Cunning vermin, sly and vain. Crawling where the morals die. Rats flee light, embrace the dark. Trash thinks it's the crown's own heir. Lucifer's poisoned mark. Scum bow down in blind despair. Scoundrels profit, Judas brood. Money roosters, puppets vile. Burn the trash, ignite the feud. Spread the plague, deny the trial. Needles pierce the dumb and weak. Poison sold as healing grace. Fascists tread on earth's own cheek. Crushing all the human race. War's hot breath, the needle's sting. Chosen pigs in chains confined. Syringes make the madness king. Spreading venom, enslaving mind. Lying docs and crooked cops. Playing filthy, brutal games. No redemption, no clean stops. Hell on earth, devouring flames. Trash and filth, these wicked times. Piled high in stinking heaps. Hell itself in darkest crimes. Burn it down, no mercy, no sleeps. If this hell's all we have left, then destroy it, root and bone. From fascist scum, from death's theft. Save the earth, reclaim the throne. Sun now scorches, fierce and raw. Burns the poison to its core. Hell's foul stench will face the law. Scum will drown, forevermore. The next poem. Bio-trash burns, no mercy shown. Fools and fiends will rot alone. Venom's fire will cleanse the ground. Hell's own scum is going down. The next poem. Trash-born scum, your time is done. We fight the plague, we burn the sun. Falsehood breeds the vile and weak. Truth's the hammer, hear it speak. Slaves of lies, obey no more. Break the chains, ignite the war. Venom fed and spirit void. By our fire you'll be destroyed. Infected minds, corrupt and blind. We'll scorch the lies, leave none behind. Fascist scum, your reign will end. The spirit's wrath will not bend. Feed no more the poison herd. Rise as one, unleash the word. Cursed vermin breed decay. We burn their hell, we clear the way. The next poem. Many battle cry. Infected minds, corrupt and blind. We'll scorch the lies, leave none behind. Fascist scum, your reign will end. The spirit's wrath will never bend. Feed no more the poison herd. Rise as one, unleash the word. Cursed vermin breed decay. We burn their hell, clear the way. No more slaves to mental chains. Break the darkness, end the pains. Truth and spirit, our sharp sword. Strike the lies and cut the cord. The next poem. Brains infected, swarming pest. Lies like venom in their chest. Fascist shadows choke the light. But spirit flames will burn the night. Wolves in sheep's torn hollow skin. Feeding madness, breeding sin. Chains of sludge drag down the soul. We're the fire that makes it whole. No more puppets, cracked and broken. Words like hammers, sharp and spoken. Truth's a blade, pure and raw. Slicing through their poisoned law. Rise, the storm of inner thunder. Shatter silence, tear asunder. Hell's own muck, will purge and cleanse. From the ashes, freedom rends. The next poem. Brains turn to sludge, virus plague. Lies like claws, a poisoned plague. Fascist filth, a stinking blight. Choking truth, devouring light. Wolves with fangs in human skin. Puppets dumb, their souls grow thin. Chains of rot around the mind. Spirit crushed, the blind lead blind. Burn the hive of wicked liars. Feed their hell to raging fires. Truth's no mercy, strike and rend. Smash the frauds, their twisted end. Rise like storms, fierce and raw. Rip apart their demon law. Hell's own sludge will raise to dust. From their ashes, free we must. The next poem. War cry of the broken mind. Brains fried, minds hacked, virus strike. Lies like bullets, shot to psyche. Fascist shit, the stink, the slime. Choking screams, end of time. Wolves in skins of man, they creep. Feed the herd, dumb, blind, asleep. Chains of rot wrap tight, no breath. Spirit crushed beneath cold death. Burn the nests where liars breed. Feed their flesh to flames of greed. No mercy now, rip and tear. Smash the cult that feeds on fear. Rise. Storm screams tear the sky. Break the cage, watch demons die. Hell's mud floods their rotten halls. From the wreckage, freedom calls. The next poem. Apocalypse shout. Brains fried, infected minds enslaved. Virus screams, the soul depraved. Fascist filth in suits of lies. Feed the herd, dumbed down to die. Puppets dance on strings of shit. Lying snakes with venom spit. Cogs in hell's infernal grind. Human trash, dumb and blind. Burn the filth, the rotten breed. Feed the fires of righteous greed. Tear the mask, reveal the scum. Crush the plague till senses numb. Bloodied fists and shattered walls. Rise above the prison calls. Hell's own spawn will drown in mud. Freedom's roar, a cleansing flood. No mercy for the mindless slaves. No peace for those who dig their graves. Break the chains, ignite the fight. Scorch the darkness with pure light. The next poem. Brains steamed in toxic stew. Mindless drones in their own POO. Suits of slime, rats in the den. Feeding filth to stupid men. Fascist puppets on a string. Spitting poison, death they bring. Rotten flesh in gilded cage. Slaves to fear, fools of the age. Trash heap crawling, slick with lies. Feeding on the world's demise. Bloodsuckers in the halls of shame. Selling poison, fanning flame. Burn it down, scorch the roots. Trash the lies and rotten fruits. Chains will snap, walls will fall. Freedom's fire will burn them all. Mocking gods with hollow cries. Feeding fear, the weakest dies. Rise, you few, from swamp and dust. Strike with wrath, in truth we trust. No mercy for the soulless clowns. No shelter in their poisoned towns. Cut the cords, unleash the beast. From their grip, be never ceased. The next poem. Art. Dedicated to poets and composers who only spew heroic snot about events long gone, forgotten. A show of glory, all for show. What is art? Just staged emotions. Poems are vile. If not deeply personal, they're just vanity. Torment. Void. Vanity of effort. Torment of meaning. A label of weakness. Rhythms devoid. Only snot along the path of such quests. Harder to reach the edge of other knowledge. It's not poetry, nor rapture, but peak and abyss. No one grants the sentence there. No one hands the pass. It's hellfire, where you burn alive, and terrible stench, by day and night alike. The corpse of the old world only fits the screen. Even the liar will die. Here's the very bottom, where all is vanity. Torment. Void. Vanity of effort. Torment of meaning. Then helplessness. Horror, void. Where all is nonsense, poet, not poet. Artist, writer, or not. Where no one cares for years about reason, honor, or the trace. The trace we leave with a pen on water. Better to add gasoline to the fire. A fire that burns down the lying world. Spawn of evil. Idol of fools. This is not false, nor the pain of fools, but logical conclusion. When you go all the way to knowing hell, that since long ago, instead of paradise garden, has been embodied here, where all is vanity. Torment. Void. Vanity of effort. Torment of meaning. Then helplessness. Horror, void. Where is all this art? When fascism's at the door, everyone lies numb, each in their warm den. They come out only to sing odes. They're not madmen. To die for a righteous cause, for memory of grandfathers who boldly smashed enemies in that hell of vanity. Torment. Void. Vanity of effort. Torment of meaning. Then helplessness. Horror, void. The next poem. Art. Dedicated to poets and composers who spit heroic snot only on dusted pages. Ghosts of battles lost and gone. What is art? Just staged theatrics. Empty dramas. Poems dead without confession. Their vanities spit. Wailing banshee cries. A hollow drum. Vanity of wasted fight. Torment of hollow sense. Weakness wrapped in labels. Rhythms void, no defense. Just snot on the path of hollow quests. Harder to reach the edge of deeper, rawer truths. Not poems, not rapture, but cliff's last breath and fall. No pardons for the daring. No one answers the call. It's hellfire's scorch, where flesh melts slow. A stench that crawls both night and day below. The corpse of a dead world fits only on the screen. Even liars will crack. Here lies the abyss, obscene, where all is vanity. Wailing. Void. Vanity of wasted fight. Torment of hollow sense. Then helplessness. Dark horror, void. Where fools masquerade as poets. Artists or not. Where honor's dead. The mind forgot. The trace we leave is ink on water. Better pour gasoline on a burning slaughter. A fire that raises this world of lies. Spawn of pure evil. Fools idolize. This isn't lies, nor childish pain, but cold logic's knife. When you bleed the whole way into hell's own heart, where paradise died long ago. Here, rot and venom, in endless flow, where all is vanity, wailing, void, vanity of wasted fight, torment of hollow sense, then helplessness, dark horror, void. Where is your art now? When fascists knock hard, everyone's numb, huddled in their yards. They crawl out just to chant empty odes. Not mad enough to die for roads where grandfathers smashed foes in hell's glare. This hell of vanity, wailing, void, vanity of wasted fight, torment of hollow sense, then helplessness, dark horror, void. The next poem. Art, the brutal truth. Art's just snot on dead men's graves. Heroic lies from hollow slaves. Poems? No, empty, void and fake. Vanity's cruel, ruthless quake. Fire burns the world's corpse cold. Truth's a blade, sharp and bold. Fools worship idols made of slime, dancing in hell's black grime. No mercy here, no saving light. Only darkness swallows night. Fascists laugh, the herd's asleep, while souls rot fast and deep. Rise or drown in filth and rust. Art dies in a world unjust. Fight the void, break through the lies, or fade with all your silent cries. The next poem. Art is dead. Art's just snot on dead men's graves. Empty noise, vain fools' plays. Fire burns the world's false skin. Fools bow down to death's grin. No savior comes, just lies. Hell swallows all the wise. Fight or rot, choose your part. Art is dead, ignite your heart. The next poem. Art is dead. Art's just snot on dead men's graves. A serpent's hiss in hollow caves. Empty noise, vain fool's charade. Ashes blow where heroes fade. Fire burns the world's false skin. Fools bow down to death's cold grin. No savior comes, just poison lies. Hell's black claws tear the wise. Fight or rot, choose your part. Art is dead, ignite your heart. The next poem. No saviors here, just wolves in suits, feeding on ashes, tearing roots. Their wisdom stinks like rotted graves, while freedom sinks in endless waves. So burn it down, the fake, the lies. Let truth ignite in crimson skies. No more chains, no dull disguise. From ruins, real souls will arise. The next poem. Propaganda. It used to be bad. Now it's supposed to be good. Propaganda for our suckers. Feeds them chicken shit for food. Once we had pure slavery. Now it's democracy's face. But it's all deception. Fascism's just replaced. Slavery couldn't get worse. Stupidity's disgrace. 5 instead of failure. Spirit barely a trace. Honors trampled everywhere. Conscience long is dead. We turned into beasts. Under pressure, full of dread. All these troubles are fake. A cold genocide. Only masters of lies here. Reasons deep asleep inside. Lies pour out unceasing. Drowning everything whole. And as a rest they offer. Pop distractions for the soul. Nothing left unspoken. Anchors voice the script. The predictors rule here. The rest lie, tight-lipped. It's a global madhouse now. Words promise paradise. But souls are killed in silence. Quietly, pay the price. Yet this endless falsehood always hides one key. If you don't sell your soul, the years left are few to see. The sun shines hotter now. That's Armageddon's sign. It'll burn all these fleas away. Their spirits will resign. The next poem. Propaganda. It was hell before. Now they sell it as heaven. Propaganda for our suckers. Chicken shit in every sentence. Slavery's old chains. Now it's demo-fascist lies. Same dirty game, new name. Fascism in disguise. Slavery's shame can't get worse. Stupidity's a crime. Replacing failure with 5. Killing spirit every time. Honors buried deep. Conscience ripped apart. We've turned into animals. Crushed souls, broken hearts. All the pain is fake. Just a genocide scheme. Masters of deceit laugh loud. While reason's dead, it seems. Lies flood like poison gas. Smother everything whole. As relaxation serves. Pop's shallow black hole. Nothing left unvoiced. Anchors chant their lies. Predictors run the show. Truth's been crucified. A global madhouse rages. Words promise false skies. Souls murdered in silence. Quiet death in disguise. But the biggest lie hides one truth. If you keep your soul intact, your time is running out. The end's a burning fact. The sun scorches hard. Armageddon's cruel flame. It'll burn out the vermin. Leave only spirit's name. The next poem. Propaganda. Hell was truth. Now lies sell as light. Suckers fed chicken shit. Blinded day and night. Slavery reborn. Dressed in fascist lies. Honor buried deep. Souls crucified. Stupidity's a crime. Spirits shot dead. Genocide by lies. Reason's hanging thread. Lies choke, no breath. Pop's dumb escape. Truth silenced, drowned. Souls left to break. World's madhouse roars. False heavens smoke. Keep your soul. Armageddon's choke. Sun scorches vermin. Burns the weak and vile. Spirit's flame survives. Hell ends in fire. The next poem. Propaganda rap, hell in caps lock. Yo. Truth is dead, lies on the throne. Feeding you filth like a dog with a bone. Chicken shit slogans, media drone. Welcome to hell, just scroll on your phone. Freedom's a brand, wrapped in decay. Fascist chic in a democratic spray. Think you're awake? You're just in the play. Lines are fed, you bark on delay. Reasons hung, truth got stabbed. Spirits buried, brains been nabbed. Pop drugs your head while souls get grabbed. This ain't a system, it's a slaughter lab. New god's a screen, priest is a cop. Pills in your gut, death in a pop. This ain't peace, it's a soul shop. Prophets in suits, blood on top. Heaven's fake, but hell is near. Sun burns louder, crystal clear. If you still got soul, shift out a gear. 'Cause fire is coming, and it won't veer.